Oh, yeah, that's why you put it up in the commentary box.
Were you trying to relive that moment before as well? That
gentlemen,
new poster moment?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Here we are, set for a start. This is the second of 3 races, the triple sprint. Kendrick Louis got off to a great start, winning the first race. This is swim, ski, board. It's Portsea. It doesn't get bigger or better. You can see the swell lines coming in the background. And the boys will head out now in what is a long, tough swim, Phil Clayton.
It certainly is. We saw Kai Hurst take a little bit more of a left-hand angle on the way out here. Someone's just stopped there on the shore fixing their goggles. We don't know who that was. But anyway, good to see whether Kai's going to take that angle and whether everyone's going to follow them or they're going to move over towards the rocks.
Well, Kendrick Louis got off to a great start as well. So obviously using the win of the first race to really get himself up there. And we need to keep an eye open for Matt Poole and Shannon Eckstein as well. Trev, how are conditions out there? The boys are heading towards the rock there. Obviously the tide has been going out. How is it looking?
Yeah, Nick, it's looking pretty good actually. It's the rips, as the tide's getting lower, it's coming across the gutter on the inside and then sweeping around out to sea. That was Wes Berg that actually stopped on the edge. He took about 3 attempts to adjust his goggles. That's really cost him. He's about 5 metres behind the back of the pack right at the moment. And you picked it right. Kendrick Louis took off really fast off the start and got a good start. One thing to point out, the water's about just a little bit over 18. When you got your heart rate up and you're nice and warm, it's not too much of a problem. But in the last rounds, probably the next swim leg, it might start to feel a little bit cold in the water. I'm sitting out here in a 4-3 O'Neill wetsuit, so I've got no problems. But those guys there, they'll be starting to feel it by next race.
We can see you, Trev, in your 4-3, your big Queensland girl, but you've got your Ella Bachet gear on, so you're looking very good in your SPF 50, Nick.
I hope you've got it on the back of your neck there, Trev.
All I can say is I'm prepared and I'm ready.
Great to have the 6-time Australian Ironman champion out there as the boys start to move into their work. And keep an eye out for Kai Hurst. He's such a wonderful swimmer. And we can have a look at some technology from Telstra. They provide us all sorts of information with the Telstra tracker.
They've all stopped now. Kai Hurst has seen a wave coming. I talked about it before. Crucially, might have missed it. These waves are full. Is he going to pull over it? There's quite a few going for it. Oh, a lot on the right-hand side.
And look at the boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kai Hurst has missed it. Shannon Eckstein is on it, though. And there's plenty of blokes with him. You can see the yellow vest of the leader there, and the rest is just a swirl of white water. The boys need to hold on and hold on. There he is. Shannon sucking in the breaths as he goes.
Yeah, well, poor old Kai Hurst led the swim there and just got nailed with the timing coming down that wave. He made the right decision to stop, though, to get the wave. He just didn't time it right, but Shannon Eckstein's come through, and a lot of other guys have as well.
Well, we'll wait to see how costly that was for Kai Hurst. Matt Poole is having a better second race. But look at this, Kendrick Louis, once again, he is on fire here in round 3.
Well, he looks incredibly fit. He's got muscles on his muscles, Kendrick Louis. He won the first race, and he's doing well in the second. Tommy Atkinson making his way at the beach. Matty Poole, our co-leader for the series. As the boys are battling away, they've got the ski next, and this little transition area is all important with the ski because you can't wait. You can't choose your moment like the start of the race. You just have to go, guys.
You've got to go, and you've got to be smart with it, and you need motion going forward to punch into those waves on the edge. It's tricky. It's harder than it looks when you go through. Water goes sideways, and Mitch Miller is up near the lead as well. But Shannon Eckstein in the yellow singlet gets on, so he should get on pretty quickly here. But they need to make sure they're moving their ski forward when they punch into those waves.
What's the key here, Phil, to get out through this break?
Moving over to the right, we've talked about it all day. There's a big rip there. You can see them angling to the west right now. There's a little shore. If you see that little orange patch of sand there, that right there is a dangerous little part that hit all the girls. Kendrick on the right there punches straight through it. He's in the deep green water, so biggest part of this is getting the rating up and making sure you get out through the break fast.
Yeah, it's all about pacing too. So you've done a swim leg already. They've already raced, so a little bit tired. You've got to pace yourself going out. It's about timing too. So Kendrick Louis pops back with weight on the ski, pops the nose up over the white water, which is the technique you use when you go out through the waves.
Well, good timing as we take a look at the placings there after the swim. They are the top 5 as we see some waves coming into the ski area where the boys are trying to get through. But we talked about how costly that swim leg was for Kai Hurst, and missing the wave, 13th, 27 seconds behind.
After leading it, and I think when we open up here, you'll see Kendrick Louis. He's facing a bit of action, holds on, maintains his position, as do the boys behind him, but it starts to get a bit serious here, Trevor Hendy, because they're in the middle of the set, halfway out, Big Trev.
Sounds like Trev's in it as well.
And there is the series leader, the Professor Shannon Eckstein. He dived and rolled under it.
You don't see that very often. You don't see Shannon sort of mistime it and have to actually roll, but he did a great job. Hung on to the straps where his feet are as the boys are still punching out through the waves, but hung on to his ski, which is the most important part. But at the moment, they're battling, trying to get through that second break.
Well, we can have another look at exactly what happened to Shannon Eckstein and the way he attacked that wave. He knew it was coming right on his nose, Phil.
Yeah, this is a tough part. You don't know whether to punch it or roll. He's wrapped his legs around there so that he guarantees he's not going to lose his ski. We spoke about it at the start of the day. It's crucial not to lose your craft.
And where's his hands?
Stuck straight on the strap. The first thing you hold is your paddle. The second thing you grab is your ski, and you try and punch it into that wave.
The worst thing you do is let go of your paddle, because without a paddle, you ain't going forward on the ski. So you hang on to the paddle as well.
Looks like Hugh Doherty may have pulled out of the race. We're getting word on the beach from Hayden Quinn. He doesn't miss a trick on the beach. The H-man will be with him shortly.
Hugh Doherty came into this race carrying a neck injury, so thanks to Troy, our physiotherapist, that gave me the word on that. So perhaps that's what's happened with Hugh.
Well, the Ducati distancing here days ago before we flew out to Victoria, and I said, mate, what happened? And he said, oh, a bad day. And I said, how's Portsea going to be for you? He said, I'm going to make a comeback. So he's doing a good job today. Had a fairly good result in the first round, and he's going well now, so good on him.
He runs his own company, Peer Wealth. That's why he hasn't had so much training, because he's got clients approaching him left, right and centre. So get on to Tommy Atkinson for all your accounting needs.
You're part of the business, I think.
Hayden, you're on the beach with the man that's pulled out.
I am, Howie. Hugh, shattering news, mate. That first leg, the ski leg, you've done your shoulder.
Yeah, mate, it's right at the start, just on the ski. It sort of knocked sideways a little bit, and I've tried to hold myself upright and stay balanced, and shoulder just popped out, and I went straight back in. I kept going, and it was sort of did it a couple more times during that first Ironman, and when I had a bit of a rest and strapped it up before the second one, I was trying to move it a bit, and it's no good. Yeah.
A bit of a case that there's not much point going back into Portsea with a sore shoulder. You don't want to extend that injury any further or make it any worse than it has to be.
No, that's right. I reckon I would have struggled to get around that second race, and as you said, I didn't want to make it any worse than what it is. I wouldn't have been able to do much out there anyway, I don't think.
Unlucky, mate. Hopefully we'll see you at that next round at Surface.
Yeah, mate, hopefully it heals all right and I'll be right to go again next
Fingers
round.
crossed, mate. Well done.
Hopefully it does, because Hugh Doherty's already declared that he thinks this will be his last season's. The boys are heading in. The board is still to come. Kendrick Louis won the first race. He leads the second from Alley Day. Portsea, what a day. Perfect weather, perfect waves, perfect. Round 3 of the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Ironman series is unfolding. This is the triple sprint. You win a race, you get 1 point. If you win 3 races, you end up on 3 points. The lowest total score for the day wins the round. And Kendrick Louis won the first race. He leads the second. The board leg is still to come. 12.5 minutes in on the Ducati timing clock as they're coming into the impact zone, the wave zone.
Well, Ali Day sitting second there, 4th after the swim. So he's setting himself nicely.
Josh Minogue working over a little bump there, trying to pull up along them. If he can push over this little one, he's trying hard. Is he going to get over? No, he can't get over it. So it looks like Ali Day and Kendrick Louis are going to have the first crack at the wave.
It's just gone flat right at the moment. The boys are coming in there.
I tell you what, when you're in an Ironman race, you want waves in the swim and the board coming in. But on the ski, if you're leading, you want no waves to come through. And out the back, the set's coming through. But Kendrick Louis on the inside is sitting pretty, so he'll have to just negotiate this last little bit on the edge as we see 3 competitors coming down a 4-footer at the back. Let's see if they can hold it, but Kendrick looks over his shoulder and he's got a nice little lead. The second race with 1 leg to go. So the board legs look ready next to go after this. He won the first race and he's sitting very nicely in the second.
We talked about Kai Hurst struggling after missing that wave in the swim. There he is now coming down that wave in the back. He's worked his way from 13th. He's back in about 9th spot. So great move from Kai.
Yeah, good effort from Kai.
Tommy Trembath, Shannon Eckstein as well, moving his way up the beach. Josh Minogue, he's had a good start to the season. It's pretty hectic down in that area, as you can see. There's handlers, there's skis, there's paddles, and Kai Hurst powers his way up the beach, Nick. So important now they transition through on the board quickly.
And it was something that he really worked on last year's series, was trying to make sure that the run was one of his fortes. So here's Kai coming through here. Corey Jones right behind him. Wes Berg as well, putting in some big strokes there. He's a tall, lean boy, isn't he, Wes Berg?
He is. He's in 10th place now, and we all know, we talk about him constantly about being a board paddler. Watch him to make a big move here. If I was in that position, I wouldn't be going as far right. I know that I'm behind. I wouldn't follow the same route. It's the last leg. You want to try and make that ground up, so I'd be cutting left.
Hayden, you're down on the beach. Who's beside you?
I'm down here with Pete Berg, the man I go to when I need my information. Pete, Wes has just gone into the board, his favourite leg. Started with a swim, not the best start. How's he going to look?
Yeah, mate, he'll catch him up because, as you said, he's board leg, but everyone's good in this. With these seas, it's very, very big. And the better thing about it is that the blokes in front are in a heavy discipline also, so it's good. Very good value. And the same thing, Wes, go you, good thing.
That's it, that's what we like to see. A bit of support from the family. It's a family sport, the Ironman racing, and it's great to see the old men and the old girls down here.
I think Pete might have your job next year, Guy Leach, because he really brings some flavour to this whole show.
That was brilliant. But he did make a good point in saying that the top guys don't make many mistakes. They're very, very seasoned athletes. Not a lot of young guys come into the sport in the men's, and they've got a lot of years of experience up their sleeve.
The second group come through, we could have 10 running for the win.
It is a great setup. Let's hope Trev can get himself online and produce some swell at the right time. But, gee, it's been an impressive performance by Kendrick Louis. He came into the series coming off that knee injury last year, and he's been there and thereabouts. He had a 6th and a 4th, so he's been improving. He's right up there in the overall point scoring as well, so it's good to see him. He's lying 6th overall, and a win here would really push him up.
Oh, he'll if he can win this race now with the win in the first race, I tell you what, very tough to beat him with that sort of thing. But saying that, as Clodo was saying, you know, they're going to come into the wave area, and on these boards they pick up swell like you wouldn't believe. They pick them up early, and you know, it's anyone's race. If you're in that top 10 going into that third buoy coming into the beach, you're a chance.
Phil, you coach a lot of kids for surf lifesaving. At the moment we're seeing Kenrick up on his knees, but we saw previously a shot of him on his belly and the legs kicking. A lot of people say, you know, why do they do that? Is that just a habit? Why do they do that?
Here we go, he's doing it right now. All it is momentum. When you put one arm in, the other one's pulling out, so the momentum of the body swings. It's like an S, if you could imagine. The body's wiggling like a snake from left to right. Once the left hand goes in, the right leg kicks. Once the right hand goes in, the left leg kicks.
And the other thing is, when you lie down, you just give your legs a rest, and you can still go fast, and then you get back up on your knees again, you feel fresh. So it's that mixing between the two.
You'll notice when they catch a wave, everybody lays down. That's so they save the legs, so when they do stand up for their sprint, there's no lactate from sitting up on their knees.
I remember years ago, a competitor called Dwayne Tyers, it was 10 to 12 foot here, Howie. He was coming way back, big crowd on the beach. Dwayne stood up on the board on the way in.
Showtime.
Brought the house down.
I love it. I love it. Here we go. Coming into the wave zone now. There's a couple of little rollers coming in. Kendrick Louis, you'll have to pull hard to get on the front of that. Just tops the front of the board. He can't quite get the rating, but out the back is where his concerns are going to be, because the waves are building. They're really coming at the back, and Kendrick might be a sitting duck here. As the boys will get onto this wave, they'll push on hard. Shannon Eckstein can't make it, but turn around, Shan, because the boys are pushing behind you.
Kendrick's got one.
I think he's got it, Clayton. I think you're right. He's on this one. This one's a cracker. This will break into another wave out the back. You've got a massive set way out the back. It's a 5-6 footer. It's the set of the day. But Kendrick Louis has got that nice little one at the front, and that's going to take him to 2 wins from 2 races, Howie.
Well, he's not there yet, but he's going very well as the boys are on that wave. Looks like Shannon Eckstein is on there as well. Westberg hanging on. This is 4 to 5 foot stuff at Portsea now. It's onshore, so it's pretty tough conditions, and the boys all battling those all-important places in the triple sprint. But it's all behind Kendrick Louis at the moment. Looks fantastic, Nicole Livingston. Yeah,
very nicely done. A great showcase on how to finish off a race, but he's making sure he doesn't make any mistakes with the off the board and run up the beach.
Well, here's the race now. This is the race for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and there's plenty going for it.
Here we go. Looks like Tommy Atkinson leads. Westberg just shoves Ali Day aside and says, I want that spot. Kendrick Louis will get the job done. Well done, Tommy Atkinson. Wesley Berg, Ali Day. Woof! Shannon Eckstein as well, and the boys pushing hard.
Shannon Eckstein won't be happy with that. Coming in on the board in equal second and coming in back like he did, he won't be happy with that at all.
Well, this is just opening up beautifully now for Kendrick Louis. He's got 2 points for 2 wins. Mitch Miller is coming across the line. Hayden, just one of the great finishes.
Ali, that is close finishing for Portsea. You don't normally see, when the surf's that big, there's so many waves out there, you don't normally see such great running up the beach.
No, not at all. That's really tight racing today. And yeah, you're right. In big conditions like that, you rarely see 5 guys sprinting up for first place.
Mate.
He does, and they keep taking the points off him. Kendrick Louis in front of the accountant, Tom Atkinson. Wes Berg charged up the beach in his heyday. Ali Day, Shannon Eckstein, Corey Jones, Josh Minogue, Tibbetts, Matt Poole, equal leader. He's dropped through the field a bit. Wade Krieger, the big boy from